Have you ever found yourself in the middle of a conversation, perhaps at a party or a meeting, and you felt a sudden urge to pull back? You had the answer, or maybe a deeper question, but you stayed silent. You chose to nod along with a surface-level topic that felt painfully shallow, just to avoid that familiar look of confusion or intimidation on someone else's face. If you've spent years tuning yourself down to match the frequency of the people around you, you aren't just being modest. You are likely using what psychologists call intellectual camouflage. This isn't about being fake. It's a sophisticated survival strategy, often developed in environments where standing out felt unsafe. Today, I want to unpack the 5 signs that you are using this camouflage to navigate your world and why your mind isn't broken. It's just operating in high definition. The first sign is that you habitually slow yourself down in conversations. You've learned to let others speak first, not out of a lack of ideas, but as a form of social data collection. You might find yourself withholding a question you already know the answer to, simply because you've noticed that being too much or too fast makes people uncomfortable. This creates what researchers call a low-grade exhaustion, because you're essentially running a high-speed processor on a low-bandwidth network, constantly auditing your words before they even escape your mouth. The second sign is that you've become a social mirror, perfectly reflecting whoever you are with. You are remarkably good at reading a room, picking up on tension or energy shifts before anyone else even notices. You might adjust your tone, your vocabulary, and even your opinions to match the atmosphere. While others see this as social intelligence, it's often hypervigilance wearing the costume of charm. You became a mirror because at some point, having a solid, visible self didn't feel safe, so you learned to become whatever the room needed you to be. The third sign is that you value connection over sounding impressive. Truly intelligent people often avoid complex jargon or 5-syllable words if a simple explanation will do. This is called cognitive fluency. You prefer to be understood rather than admired, and you often translate difficult concepts into everyday language to make others feel included rather than intimidated. Ironically, this often leads people to underestimate your intelligence because you aren't performing it. You're simply using it to build bridges. The fourth sign is the wait-and-see observer mode. When you enter a new group, you don't rush to speak. Instead, you observe the social dynamics, gather information, and analyze emotional cues first. Your brain is a 24/7 data collection machine, searching for technical errors in human behavior, like a forced smile or a sentence that doesn't match someone's energy. You choose silence as a useful thinking space, filtering your ideas internally until you are sure your words are precise and accurate. The fifth and perhaps most tragic sign is that the camouflage has started to feel like your real identity. You've spent so much time hiding your intensity and curiosity that you've begun to forget what you're truly capable of. You might even believe you are nothing special or average because your internal standards are so much higher than the ones society sets for you. This is the paradox of high intelligence. The more you know, the more you see what you don't know, which often leads to a deep sense of imposter phenomenon. If you recognized yourself in these signs, I want to give you something you might not have had in a long time. Permission. Permission to stop seeing your intensity as a flaw, and permission to stop apologizing for the depth of your mind. You aren't too much. You are just wired for a level of processing that most people don't even access. Understanding the architecture of your mind is the first real step toward putting the armor down and finding the connections that actually nourish you. I want to hear from you. Which of these signs felt the most accurate to your experience? Drop a comment below. I read every single one. And if you want more psychological deep dives into the patterns of a rare mindset, hit that subscribe button to join our community. Understand the design of your mind, and you'll find your sanctuary.